the young people in India, we just want to thank you so much for all you're doing today. We've been following you on the app and listening to all the fantastic things you're doing. And we need to just give a very special mention to Pastor Dennis for his hosting skills. You were fantastic. I think we're out of a job. And for that, you deserve a round of applause. That was
well done, Dennis. Well
fantastic.
Done. Absolutely fantastic.
So, yeah, I think, should we have a look at what's been going on the global...
Right. We need to not just focus on India, but I'm excited. I want to show everyone...
Hang on, wait, that's my screen.
I have this one. Enjoy it. So, I need you guys to download the app. I need you guys to go and engage and contribute and have a look at what's happening all over. As you can see, India's not the only place, but in the entire region, people are being active. You can be a part of this and contribute. You can comment, you can like, you can share, and you can enjoy being a part of this journey on Global Youth Day. So we want you to please engage in that. And we also need to go on to something very important, don't we?
Yes. This year for Global Youth Day, we've put a lot of emphasis onto Vanuatu and the cyclone Pam, which hit them, I think it was last week.
Yep.
And it's just caused so much devastation. So many people have lost their homes, their livelihoods. And, you know, we've been talking about, you know, being the sermon, serving the community, acts of kindness. And this is the opportunity to dig deep and in any way you can, please donate to help these people just get back on their feet. It is the very least that we can do. And as you will be able to see, we've got our donation page.
Please contribute and be a part of this journey. Motivate and inspire people to give. We want that figure to rise more and more because lives need to be changed in that region.
So...
guess that's it,
yeah,
really.
that's it. And where are we off to next?
Right, we're off to Tanzania. So, remember, hashtag Global Youth Day. Oh, I don't think we're off yet. Nope, we're still with us.
Are we still going?
OK, well... So we're still with, we're going to be going off to Tanzania. This is home of some of the world's most exotic wildlife. It is also home of the Mount Kilimanjaro and a national park as well, which is...
Serengeti National Park.
Yes, we should... I really want to go there personally. OK, so we would like to introduce to you Tanzania as the entire area, which covers Kenya and Rwanda and many of the other churches
the East Central
as well.
Africa division.
Definitely,
is that correct?
Definitely. 307 million people live in that area. 2.5 million of those are Adventists.
That's huge amounts.
So
think of the impact we could have.
Exactly. So we want to encourage you to tune in and be inspired by them.
Hi. We are live today in Tanzania, where we are located in our East Central Africa Division. Today is our Global Youth Day. I'm not alone. I'm here with my co-hosts. I have Kibaso, welcome, and I have David, welcome. We will walk you through this experience of our Global Youth Day. Kibaso and David will give you an overview of how our youth in our East Central Africa Division have been involved in our acts of kindness. Among the many languages in our East Central Africa Division, English, Kiswahili, and French are the most that are used. Therefore, in English, we have David.
Hello, everyone around the world, and welcome to Youth Day. This is a big event which we are going to show you some of the big activities that have been going around these cities, around villages, around streets of your places. Welcome all.
We have Kibaso in Kiswahili.
Habari, hamjambo. Katika siku ya leo ni siku ya vijana duniani. Vijana ulimwenguni kote, dunia nzima, wameungana kwa ajili ya kufanya matendo ya huruma kwa watu ambao ni wahitaji. Wamefanya mambo mengi sana, kuweka tabasamu kwa watu ambao ni wahitaji. Kuna wazee ambao wameachwa hawana tumaini, lakini pia kuna watoto yatima ambao wakati mwingine wanajisikia kuwa wapweke. Karibu sana na ungana nasi katika kipindi cha leo.
And I am Rachel. Anno francophone. Comment ça va? Bienvenue.
This is GYD, Global Youth Day.
Today on the 21st of March, youth around the world have decided and have been challenged. Instead of listening to one sermon, they decided we're going to listen to one less sermon. We will be the sermon.
Yes, indeed. As we all know from the Bible, the parable which Jesus gave us, this is the indication that the young youth have taken to the streets, these acts of kindness. They are here to show us acts of compassion, acts of love that they are doing in their society.
Hakika, katika kipindi cha leo utaona matendo ya huruma ambayo vijana wamefanya ulimwengu mzima, na hasa kwa ajili ya kutimiza utume wetu ulimwenguni ambao Yesu Kristo alionyesha hasa katika kile kisa cha Msamaria mwema. Na ndivyo ambavyo sisi vijana tumeamua sasa kuamka na kuamua kufanya kazi ambayo Mungu alikuwa ametuweka. Katika siku ya leo, kaa pamoja na sisi, utaona mambo mengi sana. Karibu.
All right. You can join us. We have social networks. So get your gadget, get your phones, go to the Facebook pages, and we have Global Youth Day. We have the page there whereby you post live pictures, you post your videos, and what you're doing in your local places. Also, we have the ECD Facebook page. You can go there, post your pictures, give us comments of what you're doing out there. We would really like to share this with whole youth around the globe on what you're doing to your places.
But we also have a website. You just go to www.globalyouthday.org. In that website, you get all the updates concerning this movement. Join us.
So, without any further delay, we shall have images, clips, a preview, even an insight as to what the youth have done on this day. And we'll have many stories across ECD.
Никто не подключен. 1, 2, 3, 4. Девочки, потом 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Должна быть... давайте.
Посмотрите,
они разбросаны по залу.
Our global youth in Fiji that have given us stories. In
я не знаю, в каком они есть. Я буду называть просто...
and acts of kindness that they have performed for the community.
Ну, это как скажете.
Here.
А вы берете, только, может быть, сначала двое.
Он будет говорить, к нему можно говорить.
Маш, как ты считаешь? Сначала пусть двое выйдут. Слишком балаган, да? Давайте двое. Решайте, кто первый. Вы вдвоем, вы завершаете уже достойно. Давайте, мы говорим, что... Да.
We've seen pictures. We've seen clips. Kivasa David, what is your take on this?
Vijana wameguswa wengi kwa ajili ya kujitoa, kutoa damu, wanaokoa maisha. Watu wengi wakati mwingine wanakosa damu, lakini kuna watu wengi ambao wanakuwa wakati mwingine wana kiasi cha damu katika miili yao kingi, lakini watu wanaamua kujitoa angalau kuweza kusaidia watu ambao watakuwa ni wahitaji, kuokoa maisha ya watu ambao ni wagonjwa na watu ambao wanapata ajali. Kwa hiyo ni kitu ambacho kwa kweli kimenigusa sana. Watu wamejitokeza na wamefanya kazi.
Yes, for indeed, giving out blood is something which is, it's not common in our places. But what these young people have done out today is something which we will appreciate, and I know it will save someone's life someday.
Okay, let me ask you. These are youth. They donated blood.
Yeah.
When was the last time you guys donated? Have you ever donated blood?
Sure. I've done that before, and the experience that I had when I donated blood, unfortunately, I was not able to do it today, but some of the young people, they have done this today. And it reminded me the day that I did this activity, you know, giving out blood. You know, blood is life. So you feel like you are giving life to someone who, at some point, who will need this life.
Kibasu?
Well, I've never done that before, but honestly, I was touched today by a certain man who was actually is a disabled man, but he was there to give up blood. Imagine. That was so overwhelmed, and I felt so emotional because I never imagined that someone who's disabled could do that. And the people who are well off, they're okay, but still they don't even think of going out and reach people who are in need.
All right. But I think right now we have a special guest that would like to invite that can give us insight on these acts of kindness concerning our Global Youth Day. Can we please invite our pastor, Pastor Mulumba? Pastor,
yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Pastor, we have a couple of questions. We have very many questions for you, but today we'll ask you a few.
I'll be grateful.
I would like to welcome our hosts so that they can represent the global family as a whole to inquire, what is this Global Youth Day?
Yes, Pastor. Welcome. On your T-shirt, it's written, "Be the Sermon." So is this the main theme of this day?
Exactly. We must be a sermon. Every one of us, instead of us sitting in a church, being closed in 4 walls, and stay there to listen to only one sermon, we've decided that it will be so many millions of sermons, because every one of us, every young people will be a sermon. That's why we decided that we go out and show 3 things to people. The first one is compassion. Just like our Lord Jesus Christ showed compassion on people. By the way, 75% of his time, he went showing compassion to people. Then the second thing we have to show to people is kindness. And you know, in this world, there's no kindness anymore. People are very rough with each other. People cannot hear good words out of the mouth of people. So we need to go and show kindness to people. And the third thing is to have the spirit of service. You know, Jesus served all the time he was alive. Young people, we are emulating Jesus today. Compassion, kindness, and service. Be the sermon. That's it.
You've heard it from our pastor. Pastor, don't be scared of the youth. Tell them they should be the sermon.
That's exactly what you've done. And this is the 3rd time, the 3rd year, we keep on telling our young people that they should get out of the churches and go to the people and meet the people and live the kind of life that will be a sermon to those people. It means the kind of life the young people are going to live is going to preach the people instead of reading from the Bible or reading from a book. But they themselves, their own behavior should be a sermon.
All right, Pastor. So what did you participate? In what activity exactly did you do in this event?
Today I went, from yesterday I went around. And let me tell you that young people are very great people. I love them. Because when they are committed to do something, they do it well. And they finish it up very well. I visited the main police headquarters in Arusha. Yeah. And I was amazed to find out that young people have painted that thing both outside and inside. And I used to pass there. I used to know that building. It was a dirty building. But yesterday I saw another building, thoroughly painted in white, to the extent that even the police commander said, now they've painted it white so that it becomes the light of this city. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I went visited, I saw that they've renovated the toilet, every corner, even the cells for the prisoners were all renewed, renovated. And I can say young people are doing great things. That's one of the things I saw yesterday.
That is great. Thank you so much, Pastor. Do we have any questions for Pastor?
Yeah, I still have one. This day is a big day. We have all been waiting for this day, and youth around the globe are joining hands together in doing acts of compassion, as you said, acts of love, and they're doing service back to their community.
Yes.
So is there a plan for this event to continue, to be like a lifestyle to these young people?
Yeah, I should tell you, just the way I was talking to my boss, GYD15, if he sees me today, I'm saying what I told him just a few weeks ago when I was with him in Washington. I said, Gilbert, I'm so sorry, because this event is no more the youth event. So don't boast now to say it is my event, because what you brought has inspired the whole church. The church is willing to go out. By the way, today, in Dar es Salaam, there was no service. There was no church service. All churches went out, following the young people. All the people said we cannot stay in the church while our young people are doing charity. They followed the young people. And there are churches that have decided that they're not going to wait for a year. Every quarter, they will be going out. Young people have been told that it is not one-time event. It's something that has come to stay, and we can do it over and over. Only that symbolically we will do it on 21st of March every year, just to show things that we've been doing all through the year, and we have to do it that way.
Yes, Pastor. I understand you're the youth director in East and Central Africa.
Yes, of course.
So tell us, apart from Arusha, what's going on around your area?
I should tell you that in all our 11 countries, things are happening right now. In South Sudan, if they're hearing me now, they have decided to go to refugee camps to touch the lives of people who have been suffering because of war. They were supposed to go today, deliver rice, deliver oil, and so many things in that place. Today in Kenya, right now, young people have gone to orphanages. They've gone to sit down in the street and eat with the street boys and girls. They've decided to do so many things. And right now in Congo, I was told yesterday that today they were going to sit in the prison. They were going to sit in central prison, sit there with the prisoners and eat with them and chat with them and play music for them and do so many things for them in that prison, seated, just relaxing with the prisoners. So all over the division, there's so many activities that are going on. By the way, donating blood is all over our division, and that is a very act of sacrifice, just like Jesus did when he gave his own blood so that we can be alive.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you so much. We are so encouraged when we hear all the testimonies. We would like people to send their testimonies, their updates, their pictures, so that we can air them on social media, so that we can let people know what our global youth, not only in East Central Africa Division, but around the world.
Amen.
So now, we are in Arusha, Tanzania. We would like to hear more of the activities, and we're going to hear more of the activities that have been going on today. Our youth have taken the time out, and they've shown an example of being the sermon. We will see some video clips. We will see pictures. We have conducted interviews of youth that have decided to sacrifice. Pastor, thank you so much for the initiation of this program that allows our youth to be the sermon.
We should be able to thank our leader, our old leader, GYD15. He's the one who conceived this program, and he talked to all of us all over the world. We felt it was something very good, and then we've seen how good it is, and we are willing to support him and support our church in doing this all over again.
Now I'll hand it over to the social media, because I'm sure they have plenty of updates. We have close to 11 countries. We have many territories. We have many cities, many churches where our youth have decided to be that global light, the sermon. So now, we direct to the social media. We have Facebook, we have Twitter. Our friends in Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, South Sudan, send your updates. Let us show people what you have been doing as acts of kindness. So now we go to our social media. We have Mr. Edward.
Thank you so much, Rachel. To the global family, we are grateful that you could be able to join us in ECD for a preview of what's happening within our territory. And we have feeds just coming in, and as you know, a lot of young people are still out on the street. They are able to share what they are doing with us in social media and in other forums. But right now, as they happen, we get them, in fact, instantly as they happen. But right now, the feeds are still a little slow. And we want to have a little preview of what's happening on our pages. But then, first of all, I want to say that this is largely an online event. And if you go to the globalyouthday.org page, you can be able to find a lot much more information. I want to tell you that there's an app that has been specifically developed for those of us who are a little tech savvy. So by downloading the app either on Android or on iPhone, you can be able, iOS, you can be able to upload your content, and it can be received globally so that you can share it. It can actually be geo-mapped so that you can know the location where your story is coming from. Post your pictures and post your pages. The page to go to is globalyouthday.org. And then secondly, we'll be able to watch the whole of this program on Hope Channel. So if you go to Hope TV/watch/hope-church-channel, you should be able to watch Hope Channel. I think if you just go to hopetv.org, you can't miss the link, and you should be able to watch that. I want to just scroll through and find out what's happening right now on our pages. I think it's a rather nice day here, and we can be able to see from our pages globally. Scroll up a little bit for me. I cannot be able to go there. I can see posts pages here 4 hours ago of some of the things that have happened across the globe. And so a lot of information is coming up on the pages. If you could be able to go to ECD Mission Extravaganza page, that's a page that we are using to share some of the information that we have. We can see posts. Scroll up a little bit so that we can be able to see some of the posts that are coming in. Up a little bit. All right. A little bit up. So feeds are still not coming in yet. I can see the hub in Germany where our upload is coming from. If you can be able to scroll up a little bit. All right. Here we have the crew that is actually helping us to run out the Global Youth Day page. So, the Global Youth Day broadcast. So we'll be able to see a lot much from them. I can see there's still minimal activity running up. I think we'll be able to come back there and find out what's happening. If you could take me to an Instagram page, I can see what's happening right there. All right, probably not much coming in from the field, but we can be sure to update you on what's happening. I think there's some activity that's been posted here. This is something that's very spectacular to Tanzania. They went and actually served quite ahead of time the whole week. There are some activities that it was not possible to carry out on Sabbath. So they actually went out and did several acts of kindness. And you can see specifically here, they went to a police station and they were able to renovate the whole station. The fence and the compound painted, the whole thing. And it's a brand new police station right now. I think we were just joking that now if they find Adventists who have probably broken the law a little bit by overspeeding or something like that, the policemen can now, you just bring out your Adventist card and then they'll be able to let you go through. But it's been a very good process, and at least the Adventist church face is now very visible in the community. Young people are doing marvelous jobs. They went out and painted this. In fact, they went out and also painted a juvenile detention center, revamped the whole place, and that was amazing. We'll be able to see some of the pictures as they come in. plus a lot more other things, like they went to children's homes, orphanages, and they were able to visit with people. So Rachel, there's been a lot of activity, and I think as people post them, we'll be able to see a lot much more happening on social media.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edward. We have had an insight as to what has been going on in Tanzania. And now, we have our youth director, who was one of those spearheading this service. Our Pastor Kasika. Pastor Kasika will be able to answer a few questions and to let us know how he was able to interact with the youth in Tanzania. Welcome, Pastor Kasika.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana kwa kuwa pamoja nasi mahali hapa. Pastor Kasika, labda swali la kwanza nikuulize wewe kama kiongozi wa vijana. Kwa nini siku hii ya vijana duniani nyinyi Tanzania mmeamua kuifanya wiki nzima na si siku moja kama watu wengine ambao wanaiadhimisha?
Mkononi mwangu nina makadi ya idara ya vijana kwa mujibu wa madarasa. I have class requirement cards in my hand, just to inform the rest of us that there are some class requirements which a young person studying in any class needed to fulfill before investiture. And among these, there is one requirement saying saving others or the world of other people. Now, this requirement requires a young person to go identify people in need and help them. Now, some of the assistance is not really Sabbath friendly. They really need energy. They need time. And that's why the young people said, we wanted to do more than just on the Sabbath. We wanted to do things like building a house, like renovating a house, like helping those sick people with some kinds of big assistance. Then we decided to have a full week. Today we are celebrating what we did during the week.
Asante sana. Na unafikiri Pastor Kasika, baada ya kuwa vijana wamefanya matendo yote haya ya huruma kwa wiki yote hii, unafikiri ni badiliko gani ambalo unahisi watakuwa wamelipata kama vijana?
Wao wenyewe wamekwisha kukubali kumbe dini ni kutenda wema, na wamekubali ya kwamba sasa wataacha. Kwa hiyo kila mwaka watafanya hivi, na tunaomba ulimwengu mwingine ufanye kama sisi.
Na wito gani unatoa hasa sasa kwa vijana na jamii ambayo inatuangalia na mtazamaji ambaye anaangalia kipindi hiki? Unampa wito gani kama kijana, na hasa ukihusianisha matendo ya huruma na kisa cha Msamaria mwema?
Nikiongea na wote wanaosikia Kiswahili ni kwamba hakuna dini yenye maana kama hukutenda wema kwa mwenye shida. Na ndio maana Yesu aliweka hicho kisa cha Msamaria mwema, akasema nenda ufanye vivyo hivyo. Go and do likewise. Tunapoishi bila kufanya hivyo, tukabaki kuhubiriana kanisani, haina maana. Na nendeni vijana mkafanye hivyo kama sehemu ya maisha, sio kuigiza kwa tukio la siku moja.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I think each one of us is encouraged now to go and do likewise. You've heard the pastor, and maybe the other host. Do you have anything to ask, Mr. Kasika, Pastor Kasika?
Mchungaji Kasika, unaonekana bado kijana pia, na tuambie katika wiki hii wewe umeshiriki katika zoezi gani?
Hayo mengi yaliyofanyika Arusha yalikuwa chini ya uratibu wangu. I was the coordinator of all that which was happening, from as a planner, organizer, and supervisor. And so, I am aware of all those centers. So that is a big contribution.
Oh, thank you so much, Pastor.
Thank you, Pastor. We've heard it. We want to hear your stories, your updates, your acts of kindness. But we would like to take you back to those that donated blood. There are clips. Today in Arusha, at the Central Church, there was a group of youth that gathered and were so anxious and willing to give blood, donating blood for free. And they had smiles on their faces. It would be so good if we could see these clips and see how our youth have impacted the community. I believe we have seen some of the acts of kindness. Blood donation. Street kids, the youth, went and gave their resources and sat down and ate with these children. They gave them a meal and gave them time. We have other forms of community service just for the acts of kindness. They went to the hospitals. They helped in making beds. They renovated. They kept the environments clean. These are so encouraging to see the various acts of kindness. But I want to see more updates, more updates. My global youth in the ECD community and outside, please send us updates. We'd like to see your updates, your pictures, things you have done on this day, acts of kindness, how you have been the sermon. Blood donation has been something that has been going on in the whole region and outside the region. Street kids, we can see that they have been neglected. No food, no time, no one to care for. But our youth have gone out. Kibaso.
Yes.
What is your take on this?
I was touched, first of all, by the youth on what they've done. You know, doing service, yeah, it's like you do something for your soul. And so I've seen the youth were so energetic. They were happy doing it. So it's something that we should keep on doing it regularly.
And David?
Ama kwa hakika nimefurahi sana kuona vijana wanachofanya kwa jamii yao. Nimeona kuna clip tumeonyeshwa pale ya watoto yatima, watoto wa mtaani, jinsi ambavyo wamefurahi kuwa pamoja. Wa vijana wamefika pale, wamekula kwa pamoja. Unajua ni mara chache sana watu kuwa na jumuiya ambayo unaweza kujifeel kwamba na wewe uko kama jamii yao. Kwa wale watoto wamejihisi kama nao wanathaminika katika jamii ya vijana wenzao, kwa sababu hata pia wao ni vijana na vijana wao wameenda kuwatembelea. Kwa hiyo imeleta joto fulani katika maisha yao pale.
Vizuri. I want to take you back to the social media. I have some updates here from Gaborone Central and Philadelphia churches in Botswana. The Global Youth Day. I have some pictures here, but they're not loading. But here, some are saying that they would like to share a smile. Watch out, blessings are ahead. We never consider that people are walking. They are stressed. But our youth have considered those things. And they said, if we cannot give something that you can hold, but we can give you something that you can carry with you in your heart. Keep up the work. Our global youth family in Botswana. We would like to see more updates. Kenya. Show us. Uganda. South Sudan. Burundi. Rwanda. What acts of kindness have you shown on our Global Youth Day? Send them to us. We have our local conference pages on Facebook, which is Northern Tanzania Union Conference. We also have our regional, which is the Eastern Central Africa Division page on Facebook also. But we have also the Global Youth Day website as a whole. Posts, update us, tell us what you're doing. How has this day been? How have you done an act of kindness? Now, I think, let's see if there are any updates on my webpage. Please. There is somebody in Arusha who has donated blood 2 hours ago. And not only has he posted a picture, but I don't know if you can see, if you can zoom in. He has posted a picture. And this is how he has donated blood. Not only did he donate, but also he has given away Tumaini Kuu. Tumaini Kuu is the great hope. So it's something, an act of kindness, but also something for your future life. Send your updates so that we can see what you've done. We have been getting updates from Zimbabwe. I have somebody here, Samantha Dumba. Continue the good work with your orphans. You have been giving them clothes. You have been visiting them. You have been showing them love. Please send some more pictures. Upload them, update them. Show us on your Global Youth Day how your acts of kindness have been seen, what you have done, how it has impacted you, and how we as youth can be the leaders of this church. So now, I take you back to social media. I wonder, Mr. Edward, do we have any updates from our pages? We have asked them, send NTUC, which is our Northern Tanzania Union Conference. We have our ECD, Eastern Central Africa Division. Post on the pages. You can even post on our personal pages on Facebook. I'm Rachel Mgeni. Post so that we can air to the world our Global Youth Day. Our global family can see our acts of kindness. Mr. Edward, I give it to you.
Okay, thank you, Rachel. I think the light is not very strong on me, so I'm a little dark, but you can be able to see what's happening on the page. I have with me here a gentleman here giving blood. I wish I'd be able to know their name, but it's posted by Good Luck Emmanuel Senzo. They are the guys behind the scenes, checking out the back end of our broadcast and able to post for us some of the stories as they come up. I have a gentleman here donating blood, a young guy who is donating blood. He seems a little scared on the face, but, you know, sharing your life, it's a little sacrifice. I think it's a good thing. I can be able to see in the next picture here, Youth Director, Pastor Mulumba, and a friend of mine, Kira, here. I think they're able to visit the guys who are. Can I have this picture scroll up, please? Yes, I think they're consoling a gentleman here. They are visiting with him it's a TAS student, Tanzania Adventist Secondary School students participating in blood donation during GYD 2015. I think the hashtag is still Global Youth Day. There are 27 people reached here. I think that's a nice thing. Tanzania Union is actually posting a lot of nice stuff. These we've seen before. I don't know if there's any other new thing that you can be able to see on the global media, on the Facebook page. Yeah, I think this one we've seen. There's a clip here that we saw of earlier on where a couple of youth went and visited a disabled home, a disabled family home, and they were able to give some donations there as well. I don't know if there's anything running up on any other social media site that we've not updated. Something was happening in Kasese, in Uganda. If I could be able to have a look at that. Yes, and here in the town of Kasese, Uganda, we see here there's a post of distribution of literature in the streets. I think here this is where action could also be, because our division president, Pastor Blesius Ruguri, is actually on the ground in Kasese. And we hope to get a lot much more feeds from there. So anyone in Kasese, I'm aware the communication director for the division, Pastor Bina, is there. So if you could get a lot more posts so that as this broadcast continues, even after the slot of ECD is gone by, you can still be able to see more posts. I know there's a lot much more happening on the ground, Rachel. Maybe we might not be getting them as we speak, but I know there'll be a lot much more happening. And I think this is more of like a global family thing. And so we'll be able to still share and get a lot much more information coming in. So even as they come in, as they come on later, we'll be able to share with you a lot much more of that and even get to know what the rest of the other guys did, even in our technical setup as we were struggling to be able to put up this show for you. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you. There are so many clips, there's so many acts of kindness that we still haven't seen. So we'd like to still let you view them. Let them soak in. We would like to really congratulate and bless our youth for these acts of kindness. Shall we continue to see these clips? Some of the very many acts of kindness. As we have seen in the video clip, we have seen they really painted the police station. And we have seen an old man who could not do anything for himself. His house was falling apart. Our youth took the time out and they went and they helped him build his house. They gave him a home, not only a house, a home. So now, our acts of kindness that were done along the week, because we know it's a Sabbath, that we were not able to do them today, they still have an impact on our Global Youth Day. But we cannot forget our French-speaking countries. And now we have Pastor Mulumba again to explain to us, to reach out to them and ask the youth and talk to them and address them on this Global Youth Day. That is ours, global. Welcome, Karibu.
Merci beaucoup, Rachel. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Est-ce que vous allez bien?
Oui, oui.
Je voudrais parler à mes frères qui parlent de la langue française pour leur dire que ici, nous sommes à Arusha, nous sommes au centre de communication où nous prenons toutes les images qui viennent de partout, de toute la division, et nous sommes en train de les envoyer en Allemagne pour que ça puisse être exposé à tout le monde qui se trouve ailleurs dans d'autres pays. Et je voudrais vous encourager de continuer à envoyer les images, envoyez-les même en français, en lingala, en kiswahili, dans n'importe quelle langue, nous pouvons les prendre et nous pouvons expliquer aux autres ce qui se passe dans le monde. Et sachez, vous qui êtes à Kinshasa, que nous sommes de cœur avec vous, vous qui êtes à Djibouti, nous sommes de cœur avec vous, vous autres qui êtes au Rwanda, au Burundi, tous les francophones, si vous avez un élément quelconque de ce qui se passe chez vous, s'il vous plaît, envoyez-nous ces éléments parce que nous en avons besoin. Je voudrais vous remercier. Si je lis sur les médias sociaux, je trouve des choses que vous avez envoyées et je serai très content. Continuez à nous envoyer des images, des choses que vous avez apportées là-bas. Je vous remercie.
Merci, merci. So you've heard it. Our French-speaking countries, send us updates. Let us know what you're doing. We know you are doing something. We are getting the feedback. We want to relay. We want to recognize what you have done as acts of kindness. But now, we have places outside our East Central Africa division. Places like Vanuatu. Vanuatu has been struck by a cyclone. How have the youth impacted? How have they done acts of kindness? What have they done for our youth and for our community in Vanuatu? We would love to see a promo clip. We'd love to see it. But because of technical difficulties, we are not able. But I want to encourage our global youth family. We are a family around the world. If we can help, we can continue to give these acts of kindness to places that have been struck by disasters, places like Vanuatu. We can be in collaboration with ADRA. You can go to the website, see how you can be of help. Our acts of kindness do not end today. This is just the beginning. What do you say, my fellow hosts?
Na alisema kwamba mkifanyika kuwa watoto wa Kristo, basi mnapaswa kufanya matendo ya huruma. Kwa tuendeleze utume ulimwenguni, sio kwa kwenda kanisani. Vijana, tuende tufanye tupike tukua kama mtindo wa maisha. Kila siku tuwasaidie watu ambao wanahitaji sisi. Hata kuwapa tu neno la tumaini. Mtu amekutana na wewe amekasirika, mpe neno la tumaini, mwambie Yesu anakupenda, utatengeneza tabasamu usoni kwake.
Kabisa. Na David, matendo ya huruma. Tueleze zaidi, matendo ya huruma.
Actually, this should be a lifestyle. Rachel, I've learned a lot from the clips that we've just seen. The things that young people have shared with us, and the clips that we've seen from the youth from Arusha, actually helping that young old man. That old man, that has encouraged me a lot. You know, someone who was homeless, almost homeless, because the house was about volatile. But the youth have gone there with their strength and their power. They've done something good for that young youth. So this should be more of the lifestyle, not only an event to be done by one day. And actually, we have listened to many sermons since we were kids, and now we are youth. Right?
Thank you.
Practice what we've been listening.
Yes, David, yes, we have to be the sermon. But we want to go back. Let's see if our technical team has been able to get that video of the cyclone of Vanuatu. Not yet. But we have interviews that we have performed, that we have done today. Interviews of people, specific youth, that had donated blood. So we'd like to see some of them. We cannot show you all. We could not interview all. We would have loved to. But there were a few that really captivated us. I'm here on location in Arusha City Center Church, where a group of youth have come to donate blood in order to save lives. And here on the 21st of March, you see here behind you, those that are seated on the chair are there to donate, and others that are waiting to donate. Sio mara ya kwanza, mara ya pili. Na unafikiri nini ambacho kimekusukuma wewe kuweza kutoa damu? Among the many stories that were there, the one that captivated us as youth was our fellow youth, our global youth. There was an interview of a man. He was blind. He is blind. And he has decided that, no, there are those that are less fortunate. There are those that need more of the life that I can help to give. So he was there to donate blood. And this has really inspired us. But we'd like to go to the social media right now, and we will not take long because so many things now are flowing in. So Mr. Edward, if you could just give us a brief overview of what is going on the social media.
I think, Rachel, we're getting quite some good updates coming up here. And right now I have on the screen the leader of the Adventist Church in South Tanzania Union himself. He's a former youth director for the division, and I can see him here on the bed donating blood. It's been posted already on Facebook. This is Pastor Mwakalonge donating blood, and I think the union treasurer. And so I think many leaders as well have joined the young people to be able to donate blood and participate with the other things. And I think there's so much coming in right now. We might not be able to see it all, and I think I want to hand over the system back to you. And I think we also had a lot of technical team running here. We might not be able for technical reasons to show everyone working, Rachel, but it's been a great thing. And we continue to post. And I think we are following up the global family as they continue to share with us what they're doing these days, acts of compassion and kindness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edward. We have seen the various acts of kindness. There are so many. We would love to give you all of them. But we urge you and we encourage you, continue to post them on the Global Youth Day page so that others, even outside our region, can see. We thank the team, the technical team, for their contribution in this. Because without them, how would we give you this information? How would you see? From me, Rachel Mgeni, a global youth family, from my co-hosts, from our Northern Tanzania Union Conference location, from our East Central Africa division, from our global youth congregation as a whole, we would really like to send our appreciation for how you have been able to participate in our Global Youth Day for this region. We have one urge. May this, being a sermon, not just end here. May it be a continuous thing. David Kebaso, is there anything that you would like to tell our global youth family out there?
Vijana, tuendelee kufanya matendo ya huruma kila siku ya maisha yetu. I encourage the youth to continue doing these acts of kindness and acts of compassion as we fulfill the mission of Christ.
Sure, young people out there, compassion, service, and love should be part of our lifestyle. We should live this. It shouldn't be a day event. We should go on doing these acts of compassion and love to the people who are around us. And this is what Jesus wants from us.
So, from us, GYD, this is Global Youth Day. So now, we would like to leave you with these parting words. Be the Good Samaritan. Be the sermon. Acts of compassion. Acts of kindness. Acts of... There are so many acts. So now, we shall shift you to Frankfurt.
But youth, remember to be a sermon.
Thank you so much to our team in the East Central Africa Division for sharing with us what you've been doing today and also in the week before. You know, you did such a fantastic job of just opening our eyes to what you've been up to. I really enjoyed what they were saying about renovating the police station.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
I think so. I think showing our appreciation for law enforcement and public services is really important. They have a tough job.
Maybe the police would show them a bit of leniency if anyone was to get a speeding ticket.
Yeah, that's what David said. That was quite funny.
Something else that really struck a chord was an area called Dar es Salaam. I found it really moving that, I mean, it's quite a large area on the coast, and in that particular area, what was the phrase that I heard? The church left the building to be church. I mean, wow. It's pretty awesome. I mean, we spend our time, most of the time, locked in our churches on a Sabbath, and it was so nice that the entire region embraced the Global Youth Day project.
I think so, and I think that is really capturing who Jesus was. You know, he was out there with the people. Sure, he had his times when he was in the synagogue and he was, you know, worshipping and preaching there, but he was out there with the people, tending to their needs, making sure that anything and everything that was in his power to do, they had, and it was done. And I think, you know, as Christians, as Adventists, that is our goal as well, to have the same impact. And I know I'm sat here and I'm thinking there is so much more that I can do. There's so much more that I'm capable of doing for my local community.
I believe so. I believe so with all my heart. I think that we need to start rejuvenating this spirit of taking the church out of the building to be church. It's powerful. It means something. You know, as we host and as we have a window into these different countries, a window into Global Youth Day happening, I have to be honest and say it's quite moving. It really does reshape the way that I view evangelism on a corporate level.
Yeah, and I just think it's so practical. It's something that, you know, from the very young to the young at heart, it's something we can all it's something we can all do and that we can all be involved in. And because there's no set way of showing kindness or doing good for others, we can really use the skills and talents that God has given each and every one of us and use them in the most creative of ways. Definitely. I mean, we've seen everything from blood donation, giving out seeds and plants and everything. What else have we seen? We've seen
people go into old people's homes and even, you know, washing people down to the human. I
think was it Hong Kong where they were in school and they put on a musical concert, a production for the school children who they didn't know Jesus, and they showed them Jesus. They introduced them to Jesus through the music and through the other visual bits and pieces they had there. And I just think we can be so creative.
Yeah, I think we can too. I believe that we're going to be moving over now, over to Moscow. And so we're going to move over there. Remember to go on social media, hashtag, you're going to do it with me?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Global Youth Day. Over to you, Moscow.
День молодежи. А это значит, что сегодня 8 миллионов адвентистов седьмого дня охвачены инициативой спасения и служения.